Hi, this is GP here again. I'm back with another session of my GP ka CAT Funda. The first session which I had was on principles of Jugaad. Quant case questions CAT ke liye and other MBA entrance exam, how are you supposed to solve? Appreciated by most of you. However, one of the things which kept coming is, can you show it how it works in CAT? So मैं कहा ठीक है, हम लोग CAT 2020 का पेपर उठाते हैं. Let's pick up a CAT 2020 paper, and today I'll do a slot 2 QA section and show you how many questions could have been done with Jugaad, what was the right way of doing the paper. I will do slot 1 and slot 2 also subsequently. So CAT 2020 तीनों slot आपको मिल जाएंगे Jugaad solutions के साथ. Okay, so let's get started. And before we go back to solving the questions, पहला सवाल. I hope you remember this slide. This is what defines what you should be doing in the paper. First of all, there's nothing called the syllabus. Only the final answer matters. The steps are complete waste of time. Okay, and your job is to choose the best among the options given. Exactly correct answer ढूंढ के अपना time बर्बाद बिल्कुल मत करना. And the choices are there. Choices give you information. Make use of the choices. And maths आती है तो अच्छी बात है, but जरूरी नहीं है. Okay, again I'll show it to you why. Okay, and what I told you that most of the problem solving is Jugaad, and unfortunately most of you tend to be using only 1 or 2 of these methods. To me, all these 8 have to be used if you want to be working with Jugaad. And as I've always maintained, you will need to practice this. Practice तो चाहिए होगी, बिना practice के नहीं होगा. Also, you need to revise these methods regularly. Okay? And before we go on to the paper, a quick look at CAT 2020 and 21 scores. And let's look at CAT 2020 because this is a CAT 2020 paper. What was 97 percentile? 11 questions. 90 percentile? 8 questions. 80 percentile? About 5 to 6 questions. Let's take 6 questions. Right? So these are the numbers we are looking at. And 99.5 percentile is 16 questions. Obviously, there's a scale score. Depending on the slot, it could be plus minus 1 or 2 marks. So that won't matter much. Okay, so this is what we are looking at, and I will be able to show you. You could have got at least 97 percentile purely with Jugaad. Worst case 95 percentile, and 95 percentile is 10 questions. 95, 97 percentile only with Jugaad is not an issue at all. And जो थोड़ी बहुत maths आती है वो लगा लोगे तो obviously you will go to 99.5 plus. Okay, so chalo. Let's look at CAT 2020 paper slot 2 and let's look at the Jugaad solutions. Wherever required, I'll also tell you which are the questions I would not attempt in the paper and why. And I'll also tell you which are the easy questions जो तुम कर ही लेते and कहीं पे जरूरत होगी तो I will share the solution also if required. Okay. First question. In a group of 10 students, the mean of the lowest 9 scores is 42, while the mean of the highest 9 is 47. For the entire group of 10 students, the maximum possible mean exceeds the minimum possible mean by भैया choices बहुत पास हैं. 3, 4, 5, 6, and this will be calculation oriented. And the choices again will not be of any use to me, so I will leave this question at this point of time. Okay. Next question. From an interior point of an equilateral triangle, perpendiculars are drawn on all 3 sides. The sum of the lengths of the 3 perpendiculars is S. What is the area of the triangle? Jugaad. We will go by a Jugaad solution. What is a Jugaad? It says equilateral triangle, an interior, a point inside the equilateral triangle. Which point will you take? I will take the centroid. क्यों? क्योंकि centroid से मेरा काम आसान हो जाएगा ना. So if I look at an equilateral triangle and let me say this is the centroid. From centroid, if I draw the perpendiculars, all 3 will have the same length, isn't it? So हमारा काम आसान हो जाता है the moment we look at a known figure or a known point. Okay. Okay. So. Okay. Now let me assume this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. Obviously, because centroid से करना हो तो same ही आएगा. So if this is a centroid, this should be 2. Why? Because this should be in the ratio of 2:1. Okay. I'll just draw the figure a little bigger. Okay. So effectively, from our point of view, okay, this is 1, this is 2. This is an equilateral triangle, so this is 60 degrees. This is 90, so this is 30. Right? Now, what do we need to find? The sum of the lengths of the 3 perpendiculars is S. So in our case, S will be equal to 3. because this is 1, this is 1, this is 1, right? Area triangle का निकालना, चलो area निकालते हैं. Now if you are looking at this triangle, this is 3, this is 60 degrees, this is 30 degrees. Okay, do you remember 30, 60, 90 right triangle क्या होता है? The ratio of sides will be 1 is to root 3 is to 2. The hypotenuse will be double of the side opposite the 30 degree, and 60 degree side opposite will be root 3 times. So what should this be? This should be root 3, and this will be 2 root 3. Done? So the side of this triangle will be 2 root 3. What is the area of the triangle now? Area of the equilateral triangle, this particular triangle, will be root 3 by 4 into side square. How much does it become? Okay, root 3 by 4 into 4 into 3. So this becomes 3 root 3. Okay, so area of the equilateral triangle is coming out to be 3 root 3. So that is what we are looking for. So if the area is 3 root 3, let's look at the choices. What we are looking for is put s equal to 3. If we have put s equal to 3 out here, what do I get? 9, or let me write 3 into 3 upon 2 root 3. ये गया. So we get 3 root 3 by 2. We don't want 3 root 3 by 2, we want 3 root 3. क्या मतलब? ये 2 को हटा दोगे तो आंसर मिल जाएगा ना? This should be the answer. Do you need to check the choices? If you want, you can do it. But to my mind, it is not required. And if you want to verify this choice, you can do it again. S is equal to 3. So 3 into 3, 3 into 3 upon root 3, which is nothing but 3 root 3. Correct answer. पहला सवाल जुगाड़ का. And what was the जुगाड़ we used in this question? The point has to be a known point so that my calculation becomes simple. And the known point in this case was centroid. चलो अगला सवाल. X and Y are positive numbers satisfying x plus y equal to 102. What is the minimum possible value of 2601? यह बहुत simple है. Maximum, minimum mean either they are at the extremes or at the midpoint. Okay. So if x plus y is 102. Okay. By the way, do you remember your squares? What is this? 51 square. Okay, 50 square is 2500. 51 square will be 2500 plus 50 plus 51, right? So number देख के समझ जाना चाहिए है कि something is going to be useful. So if x plus y is 102, okay, that is what is given. Supposing I take x equal to 0, y equal to 102, what will this become? This will become infinity, and the value will be infinity. But we want to look at the minimum possible value. This is the maximum possible value. So where should your answer lie? Your answer will lie at x equal to y equal to 51. Okay. Remember, your maxima minima will typically be at the extremes or at the midpoint. So I'm taking x and y each as 51. So what does this become? 2601 into 1 plus 1 by 51. What will this become? 52 by 51 into, this becomes 52 by 51 into 52 by 51, because x is 51, y is 51. Okay, 51 square gone. What's your answer? 52 square. And what is 52 square? It will be 51 square plus 51 plus 52, which is 2704. Correct answer. The basic jugaad again has worked, that the maxima or minima will typically be either at the extremes or at the midpoint. Third question. The sum of perimeters of an equilateral triangle and a rectangle is 90 centimeters. The area T of the triangle and area R of the rectangle, both in square centimeter, satisfy this relationship. Okay. If the sides of the rectangle are in the ratio of 1 is to 3, then the length in centimeter of the longer side of the rectangle. If we do it mathematically, it is going to take time. We will use choices out here. This is my classic jugaad kind of a question where the choices will be the things which will help us get to the answer. Okay. Now, ratio of sides is 1 is to 3. If this is the longer side of the rectangle, that means the other side will be 6, 27 and 9, 21 and 7, 24 and 8, right? The question says the sum of perimeters is 90 centimeters. So what is the perimeter here? 18 plus 6, 24 into 2, 48. Perimeter of the rectangle is 48. So perimeter of the triangle should be 90 minus 48, 42. Or the side of the triangle will be equal to 42 by 3, 14. Is this fine? What do we need to find out? We need to do this, which is check out if the area of the rectangle is equal to square of the area of the triangle, right? So what is the area of the rectangle in this case? Area of the rectangle will be 18 into 6. And area of the triangle will be root 3 by 4 into side square. They cannot be equal. Why? भैया ये तो 7 का multiple है ना. Do you have a multiple of 7 on the left hand side? इसका square करना है ना. Okay. You don't have a multiple of 7 on the left hand side while 14 is a multiple of 7. इसको तो check ही नहीं करना चाहिए था. Okay. So this is a wrong choice. Okay. Next one. 27 and 9. What is the perimeter? 36 into 2, 72 is the perimeter of the triangle. Or sorry, of the rectangle. That means perimeter of the triangle will be 18 or side of the triangle will be 6. Right? Similarly, 21 plus 7, 28 into 2, 56. 56, that means 34. Each side will be 34 by 3. Galat hai. Yeah, you cannot have a decimal on one side and not a decimal on the other side. What this means is area of the triangle will be in decimals. But the area of the rectangle is not in decimals. ये तो choice ही गलत है. अगले पे आ जाते हैं. 24 plus 8, 32. Perimeter of this will be 64. And that means perimeter of the triangle will be 90 minus 64, so 26. So each side is going to be 26 by 3. ये भी गलत है ना यार, यही आंसर होगा. विश्वास नहीं होगा? चेक कर लेते हैं. Okay, let's check out. Okay, what is the area of this particular? Okay, let me just remove the other stuff. जो काम की चीज नहीं है हटा देता हूं. Okay, so what is the area of this triangle? Is this one? 27 into 9. What is 27? 3 square. 9 is 3. 27 is 3 cube. 9 is 3 square. 3 to power 5. This is area of the rectangle. What is area of the triangle? Will be root 3 by 4 into side square, which is 36. And we need the square of the area. What does become? This will become, if you have to square it, area of the triangle square, it will be 3 upon 16 into 36 into 36. So let me write 6 into 6 into 6 into 6. Okay. What is this? 2 to power 4. So 2, 2, 2, 2. This is equal to 3 to power 5. Satisfies the condition. This is the answer. The important thing is, अगर ये किया है हमने, then we have wasted our time. Why? We know this is not the answer. We know this is not the answer. We know this is not the answer. Then why are we wasting our time checking whether the fourth choice is correct or not? It has to be correct. 3 गलत है तो चौथा तो आंसर होगा ही. चलो अगले पे चलते हैं. In a car race, car A beats B by 45 kilometers. Car B beats C by 50 kilometers. And car A beats C by 90 kilometers. Distance over which the race has been conducted. Okay. Typically, this kind of question, it says, let the length of the track be L. When A does L, B will do L minus 45 and C will do L minus 90. यही करोगे ना? And then we'll say B beats C by 50. When B does L, C will do L minus 50. The ratio of distance of B to C in both the cases should be the same. यही कहते हैं ना? Perfectly fine, but मेरे को अच्छा नहीं लगता ये सवाल. क्यों? This is going to make it a quadratic equation when I'll have to do my calculation and get the answer. पसंद नहीं है, मैं तो choice check करूंगा. Now, what are the critical numbers you can see out here? 45, 50, 90. Can you see any multiple of 45, 50 and 90? Obviously 450. Check for 450. Check for 450. Okay. Why 450? Because questions are not created to make your life miserable. Calculation is not the focus. the numbers are always chosen such that the calculation will not be difficult. So चलो 450 को check करते हैं. So if A does 450, in the same time B will do 405, 45 kilometers less, and when A does 450, C will do 450 minus 90, 360. And when B does 450, B beats C by 400. This ratio should be the same. Is it the same? What is this? 50 into 8, 50 into 9. And what about this? 45 into 8. 45 into 2 is 90. Yeah, 45 into 8. 45 into 2 is 90. 90 into 4 is 360. And this is 45 into 9. Satisfies. This is the answer. Choice. If you don't use the choice, you will be ending up wasting your time. I am not saying that calculation could not have been done. My issue is, कितना time बर्बाद करोगे? Remember, we need to get to a 99.5 percentile. Okay. Question 6. A sum of money split among ASM so that the ratio of shares of A and S is 3:2, while the ratio of shares of Sunil and Meeta is 4:5. Difference between the largest and smallest is rupees 400. What is Sunil share? कोई जुगाड़ नहीं है. बैठ के solve करो. Simple ratio का सवाल है. Okay. What does it say? A and S 3:2, and S and M 4:5. So what will we do? We'll make it 6:4. So what does it become? 6:4:5. So if he has 6x, this has 4x, this has 5x. What does it say? If the difference between the largest and smallest is 6x minus 4x, 2x is equal to 400. X is equal to 200. Okay. What is Sunil's share? Sunil's share is 4x, 800. No jugaad, but this is a question you should not miss. Just because my 4 line there does not mean you have to leave the question. Read the question and then decide whether it has to be done or not. Okay. Distance from B to C is thrice that from A to B. 2 trains travel from A to C via B. Okay. Speed of train 2 is double that of train 1 while traveling from A to B, and their speeds are interchanged when traveling from B to C. Ratio of time taken by train 1 to that taken by train 2 while traveling from A to C. कोई दिक्कत नहीं, हम अपने जुगाड़ लगा देंगे इसके अंदर. Okay, we will again have our own जुगाड़ out here. Okay, assume values from A to B to C. यही है ना? What does it say? B to C is thrice of A to B. So if I say this is 10 kilometers, this will be 30 kilometers. Right? 2 trains travel. Let me assume speed of train 1 is 5 kilometers per hour. On speed of train 2 is 10 kilometers per hour. That is what it says. The speed of train 2 is double that of train 1 while traveling from A to B. So कितने घंटे लगे? This will take 2 hours. This will take 2 hours. This will take 1 hour. And afterwards, what happened? Their speeds are interchanged. Speeds are interchanged when traveling from B to C. So train 1 will have a speed of 10 kilometers per hour, so it will take 3 hours. And train 2 will have a speed of 5 kilometers per hour from B to C. It will take 6 hours. What is the ratio of time? 5:7. Simple जुगाड़, value डालो, answer निकालो, आगे चलो. Don't work in terms of variables. That's a waste of time. Okay. 2 circular tracks T1, T2 of radii 100 meter and 20 meter respectively touch at a point A. Starting from A at the same time, Ram and Rahim are walking on track 1 and track 2 at speeds of 15 and 5 kilometers per hour respectively. Number of full rounds that Ram will make before he meets Rahim again for the first time. I will do exactly what most of you do, but I'll save time there. I'll show you how. Okay. Let's draw the figure just to be clear. So we have, okay, this is point A. This is the common starting point A. This has a radius of 20 meters. This has a radius of 100 meters. Ram is here and Rahim is traveling on this track. Okay. Now, they start at the same time. Ram and Rahim are walking track 1. Ram walks at a speed of 15 kilometers per hour. And Rahim at 5 kilometers per hour. Right? We now to find how many rounds would Ram have taken before he meets Rahim again, and obviously they are going to meet at this point only. क्या कहते हैं हम लोग इसके? Most of the time you will say, okay, what is the circumference of the track is 2 pi r. So as far as the bigger circle is concerned for Ram, the circumference is 2 into 22 into pi into 100, which is 200 pi. He has a speed of 15 kilometers per hour, so the time taken will be this much, right? Similarly for Rahim, you will say the distance is 2 pi into 20 and the speed is 5, so it is going to be 40 pi by 5. यही करोगे ना? But यही pi by क्यों लेके आ रहे हो? जरूरत है क्या? After all, you have to find the ratio. So the way I would look at doing this question is not worry about this at all. I will in fact cut down my effort significantly by saying, as far as Ram is concerned, radius is, for Ram, the radius is equal to 100. For Rahim, radius is equal to 20. And speed is equal to 15 for him. And speed is equal to 5 for the other person, Rahim. Yeah. So I will say, time क्या होगा इसका? 100 by 15, which is 20 by 3. And time for Rahim will be 20 by 5, which is equal to 4. Some units, I don't care, hour, minute, second, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, because end of the day, please understand, 2 pi r is the same in both the cases. And it will not matter at all even if we ignore it completely. Okay. So what is the time taken now? When will they meet? LCM of the time. Time for one of them is 20 by 3, the other is 4. So what is LCM of 20 by 3 and 4? LCM of the numerator upon HCF of the denominator, which is 2. So every 20 units of time they will meet. Clear? So they will meet, every time they meet, they have done 20 units of time. हमें क्या निकालना है? Rahim, when will, in how many rounds? Number of rounds of Ram. So Ram takes 20 by 3 for one round, and he will meet every 20 units of time. So 20 divided by 20 by 3, which is equal to 3. So 3 rounds. Where's the answer? Yeah, there's the answer. The important thing is to understand, you could have saved time in calculation had you not worried about circumference, because after all it is going to be a ratio which you will be taking ultimately. So उसका कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ना था, सीधे 100 by 15 करो, and as far as Rahim is concerned, do 20 by 5. So time for Ram is 100 by 15, time for Rahim is equal to 20 by 5. What are the units? Second, minutes, hours, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. These are some units of time. That's good enough for me. How many 4-digit numbers, each greater than 1000, each having 4 distinct units or 4 distinct digits, are there with 7 coming before 3? नहीं करूँगा. I will leave. I will leave it for round 2. If I have time, तब सोचेंगे क्यों? I'll have to make cases. I'll have to make cases because when you're looking at the 4-digit number, you could have 7-3, you could have 7-3, sorry. You could have 7-3, you could have 7-3, you could have 7-3. 3 cases. Then you could have 7-3, 7-3. Then you could have 7-3. So you will have 4C2 cases available, and you need to check out for all of them. I am not interested. I'll look at it later. There's a question I'll be happy to leave in the paper. Question 10. Anil buys 12 toys and labels each with the same selling price. He sells 8 toys initially at 20% discount on the label price. Then he sells the remaining 4 toys at an additional 25% discount. Okay. Thus he gets a total of rupees 2112 and makes a 10% profit. Okay. With no discounts, what his percentage profit would have been? Do you know what is the problem with this question? Yeah. This number 2112 is going to help you waste your time. The examiner has put in this deliberately so that you waste your time and you end up taking CAT again next year. Is number की कोई value ही नहीं है. All my answers are in percentages. Everything is in percentage. Why do I need that? Let me show to you how you should be doing this question without worrying about this. Okay. Let me assume all these 12 toys, each is 100 rupees. Okay. Each is 100 rupees. The first 8 toys Now this is a mark price. Let's assume mark price of these 12 toys. The first 8 toys he will sell it at a discount of 20%, so 80 rupees. The next 4 toys he will sell it at an additional discount of 25%. 25% of 80 is 20, so he'll sell it at 60 rupees each. Okay. So what is the sales he will have? 80 into 8, 640, and 60 into 4, 240. He will get a total of 880 rupees. So his marked price is 1200 rupees. His selling price is 880 rupees. And he has a profit of 10%. That means his cost price is equal to 800 rupees. 880 upon 1.1. So what should his... So if he was not giving any discounts, he would be selling at mark price. He will have a profit of 50%. क्या जरूरत थी इसकी? बेकार में टाइम बर्बाद कराने के लिए दिया ना. So get used to ignoring numbers which are not relevant. If the answer is in percentages, almost all the data is in percentages, most probably that will not be required. Is this clear? Let me give you a slightly faster method of doing this question also. Okay, I'll go a step further and try to save more time or give you an alternate approach. Whether you'll be able to save time or not will be a function of whether you are able to calculate the way I do or not. Okay. Now, let me put it this way. 8 toys are sold at a 20% discount. Can I say out of 12 toys? That means 2/3 of the toys are sold at 80% of the mark price. Right? And the remaining 4 toys are sold at an additional 25% discount. 25% of 80 will be 60, 20, so 60. So 1/3 are sold at 60%, right, of the mark price. What is this equal to? 18 to 160 plus 60, 220. 220 upon 3. So his selling price, if the total mark price is 100, his selling price is equal to 220 upon 3. So what will be the cost price? There's a 10% profit. If there's a 10% profit, then the cost price will be 220 by 3 divided by 1.1, right? 200 by 3, 66.6. His cost price is 66.6. His mark price is 100. What will his profit be? Profit will be 33.3 on a cost of 66.6. It will be 50% profit. This is slightly faster. Okay, I'm not saying this is significantly faster, so you can pick up whichever the 2 techniques you want to do. But all I'm saying is, end of the day, भैया ये तो खाली टाइम बर्बाद के लिए दिया हुआ था. इसका कोई लेना देना नहीं था सवाल से. Okay. In how many ways can a pair of integers x, a be chosen such that 2 equation बनाओगे ना, काम करना होगा. मेरे को काम नहीं करना. I will leave this question. Come back to it in round 2 if I have time. Okay. In May, John bought the same amount of rice and same amount of wheat as he had bought in April. जितना April में लिया उतना ही May में लिया, both rice as well as wheat. But spent 150 rupees more due to price increase of rice and wheat by 20% and 12%. If John had spent 450 on rice in April, then how much did he spend on wheat in May? देख लेते हैं. ये तो इज रेगुलर, नो जुगाड़. अगर कोई जुगाड़ ढूंढे तो कुछ नहीं है, मेरे पास रेगुलर तरीका ही है इसको करने के लिए. ओके, नाउ यू हैव wheat and you have rice. Okay, now John spent 450 on rice in April. So April, May, he spent 450 here. And what is the increase in price of rice? Rice has gone up by 20%. So in May, this will become plus 90. Right? Plus 90, which means it will be 540. 20% of this. Okay. So if rice, out of this 150 extra, if 90 rupees has been paid on account of rice, that means 60 rupees would have been paid on account of wheat. Okay. And what is this? This is 12% of the cost in April. So 12% of the April price of wheat is equal to 60. So April price of wheat will be, price of wheat in April would be 60 upon 0.12, which is 500. So what will be next month? 560. Wheat in May, 560. नो जुगाड़. सिंपल सवाल ऐसे होते हैं, उनको मार्क करके आगे चलना होता है. हर सवाल में जुगाड़ नहीं लगाते. ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Let the mth and the nth term of a geometric progression be 3 by 4 and 12 respectively, where m is less than n. Okay. If the common ratio of the progression is an integer r, common ratio is an integer, then the smallest possible value of r, okay, let me write it here, r plus m minus n. And we know, oh sorry, I've written it the reverse, r plus n minus m, and n is bigger than m. ठीक है, ज्योमेट्रिक प्रोग्रेशन है ना, nth term, that means the smaller term is 3 by 4, the bigger term is 12. So what is m? n में confuse हो रहा हूँ, हाँ, n. Okay. So what is n upon m? It will be 16 upon, which will be 6. Oh, why 16? 12, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just getting confused on this question. What is 16? And it is some power of the common ratio. This is nothing but r raised to power some power. यही आएगा ना, geometric progression basics. This is what it tells us. चलो, so we know r raised to power n has to be 16. तो अब देखते हैं. Okay. So what can be the common ratio? If r to power n is equal to 16, that means r could be 2, which implies n will be equal to 4. R could also be minus 2, isn't it? After all, what is 16? 16 is nothing but 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. So I could also say minus 2 into minus 2 into minus 2 into minus 2. और क्या हो सकता है? It could also be, r could be 4 also, r could be minus 4 also. ठीक है, हमें क्या चाहिए? We want the smallest possible value of this. If I want smallest possible value, okay, okay, also it could be 16. Okay, 16 into 1. Okay, वो भी हो सकता है. So we want the smallest possible value. If I want the smallest possible value, what is it? R, if it is small, n becomes big. If r is big, n becomes small. So we need to look at balancing the two. Secondly, if I am looking for smallest possible value, I would want r to be either minus 2 or minus 4. Okay, I don't want r to be 16. If r is 16, तो बहुत बड़ा हो गया ना. I would want r to be either minus 2 or minus 4. So as far as I am concerned, I want the minimum value. If I want the minimum value, I am going to look at r as minus 2 or r as minus 4. Okay. So if r is equal to minus 2, first term, let me take m equal to 1 first term. T1 is m. What is this? 3 by 4. Second term will be into 2. Third term will be into, sorry, minus 2. Third term will be again into minus 2. And fourth term will be into minus 2. And fifth term will be into minus 2, which will be equal to 12. 3 by 4 into 16 is equal to 12. Okay? So what does this tell me? What we are looking for is r plus n minus m. R is equal to, so in this particular case, r is equal to 2, r is equal to minus 2, sorry. R is minus 2, n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Minus 1. 5 minus 1, 4. So this is 2. Okay. But we have another case. If r is equal to minus 4, first term is equal to 3 by 4. Second term will be 3 by 4 into minus 4. And third term will be into minus 4, which will be equal to 16 into 3 by 4, again 12. So now what is the case? R is equal to r plus n minus m. R is equal to minus 4. N is equal to, there is the first term, there is the second term, there is the third term. And m is equal to, yeah, कुछ गलती की है क्या मैंने? First, second, first, minus 4, minus 5 plus 3, okay, minus 2. I thought I am getting answer of minus 3. Okay, -2 because -3 was not one of the choices, so which is why I got confused. So -4, -5, -2. Okay, correct answer. Simple process to be followed. Basics of geometric progression. Start working on this one. I'm not calling this a jugaad as such. Okay. Number of integers that satisfy the inequality. These two choices are wrong. Can you tell me why? Answer will either be 2 or 3. Now look at this. This is a quadratic. What will you do? You will say this has to be equal to 1. Case 1. Second case could be this has to be 0. This is 1 root, 2 here. Maximum of 3 roots are possible, so ये तो बेकार की choices है ना. Okay, so you can solve this question by the regular method, but please remember when you look at this question, you should be clearly able to say my answer cannot be more than 3. It is either 2 or 3. Okay, for example, when will it be 2? If both roots are the same, or one of the roots which found here is also found here, then it will become 2. But by and large, I'll say this is a question which you should definitely attempt. When you look at the question, you should straight away be able to say my answer has to be less than or equal to 3. It is either choice 2, choice 1 or choice 2. चलो कर लेते हैं, ये जुगाड़ नहीं है लेकिन कर लेते हैं. X plus 1 equal to 0 implies x equal to -1. ठीक है ना? If the power is 0, obviously this will become equal to 1. Okay. What about the inside this? If this is equal to 1, 1 to any power will again be 1. So what does it become? X square minus 5x plus 6. ये तो पता चल गया ना? X minus 2 into 3. 2 into 3 minus 2 into 2 plus 3. So what is this? Okay. So what are the roots? The roots will be -1, 2, 3. Correct answer. No jugaad as such, but many times these kind of things will be helpful where you will be able to say, okay, here we had 2 choices. If we had only 1 choice, I would have straight away marked that as the answer. Okay. ये बहुत अच्छा सवाल लगता है. This is my CAT paper and which is why I've taken slot 2 first, because this is one of the questions I liked a lot, and I know most of the students have wasted a phenomenally high amount of time in this particular question. चलो. Let C be a circle of radius 5 meters having a center at O. PQ be a chord of C that passes through points A and B, where A is located 4 meters to the north of O, B is located 3 meters to the east of O. Then what is the length of PQ? नहीं समझ आता, figure बनाओ. Okay? Center of the circle. Okay? Of radius 5 meters. This is 5. Okay? What does it say? Let PQ be a chord of C that passes through point A and B, where A is located 4 meters to the north of O. This is A. This is 4. The radius is 5, so this should be 1. Right? Okay. And B is located 3 meters to the east of O. So 3, so this is 2. And this is B. So how is PQ? This is PQ. This is P. This is Q. Right? What do we need to find? We need to find the length of PQ. Pythagoras theorem याद है ना? If this is 3, 4, this will be 5. Okay? चलो, अब बताओ मुझे. If this is 1, can I say this value should be greater than 1? AQ should be greater than 1. Similarly, if this is 2, that means BP should be greater than 2. So what should be my answer? We want the value of PQ. PQ should be greater than 5 plus 2 plus 1. PQ should be greater than 8. Less than 8, less than 8, less than 8. यही तो आंसर है. बेकार में क्यों टाइम बर्बाद करोगे इस पे? Okay? Please get used to making figure and approximating. Both of them are important. Oh, लिखना भूल गया. ये तो जुगाड़ वाला था ना अपना. हाँ, अगला. Basics of calculation is what is important. If you understand basics of calculation and if you remember, the jugaad out here is successive increments are the same as compounding, or rather compounding is the same as successive increments. जहां compounding कहते हो successive increments लगा सकते हो. ये चीज याद रखो. Okay, let's look at the question. For the same principal amount, the compound interest for 2 years is 5% per annum. If it is compound interest for 2 years at 5% per annum, what will be the total interest we'll get for 2 years? It will be 2 successive increments of 5%. The interest will be 10.25% of the principal, right? So if it is 2 successive increments of 8%, 16.64% of principal. Okay, so remember, in successive increments and compounding are the same. So what is this telling me? Compound interest for 2 years at 5% per annum is nothing but 10.25% of the principal. Yeah, आ गया. Okay, and exceeds the simple interest for 3 years at 9%. Simple interest 3 years for 3% for 3 years is 9% of principal. What is the difference between the two? 1.25% of principal. What is this equal to? 1125. ठीक है? What is 12.5% by the way? 1 by 8 na? So can I say 1.25% should be 1 by 80? So what is this? What this tells me is principal 1.25% is nothing but 1 by 80. So principal by 80 should be 1125. Okay. And now let's come to the calculation aspect. Principal will be, okay. What can I say? This is 1100 into 80, 8800. Okay. So it is 1100 into 80 plus 25 into 80, or you could say 11250 into 8. What is double of this? What is 8? 2 into 2 into 2. 1125 into 2, 2250. 22 into 2, 2250 into 2, 4500. 4500 into 2, 9000. 9000 एक zero ये भी था ना, 90,000. This is an oral calculation. If you are writing down and doing this calculation, again you are wasting your time. Number of pairs of integers satisfying, यार यही सवाल मेरे से गलत होते हैं. I keep on missing out some case or the other, इसलिए मैं कहता ही नहीं हूँ इन सवालों को. I'll come back and do it if I have time, जो normally मिलता भी नहीं है, तो I will leave this question. Okay. What's the next one? A and B are 2 points on a straight line. Okay. Ram runs from A to B, while Rahim runs from B to A. After crossing each other, Ram and Rahim reach their respective destination in 1 minute and 4 minutes respectively. If they start at the same time, what is the ratio? ये तो मालूम है यार. Speed of A upon speed of B should be equal to reciprocal of time taken by B upon time taken by A, where TA and TB are the time taken to reach the destination after crossing. ये तो simple straightforward है, इसमें कोई जुगाड़ नहीं है. फॉर्मूला लगा के कर लो, यही फॉर्मूला है बस. Okay. Question 19th. Let C1 and C2 be concentric circles such that diameter of C1 is 2 centimeter longer than that of C2. If a chord of C1 has a length of 6 centimeters and is tangent to C2, what is the diameter of C1? Figure banao. Geometry means draw the figure. We have 2 concentric circles. Assume these are concentric circles. Okay. Diameter of C1 is 2 centimeters longer. This is C1, this is C2. Okay. Than that of C2. If chord of C1 has a length of 6 centimeters and it is tangential to C2, भैया तो ये कर लेते हैं. If this is chord of C1 and is tangential to C2, is 6 centimeters, this will be 3 here, 3 here, right? याद आ गया पाइथागोरस? 3, 4, 5. What does it say? If chord of C1 has a length of 6 centimeters and is tangential to C2, what is the diameter of C1? What will be diameter of C1? Diameter of C1 is 2 centimeters longer than that of C2. What is the diameter of C2? Dia of C2 will be 8. So dia of C1 will be 10. 3, 4, 5 सामने है ना. Pythagoras theorem को क्यों नहीं लगाओगे तुम? If you remember Pythagoras theorem, you will find in CAT every year you will end up solving at least 2-3 questions very fast. हाँ, sorry, जुगाड़ लगना तो भूल गया. अगले पे आ जाते हैं. Aaron bought some Aaron bought some pencils and sharpeners. Spending the same amount of money as Aaron, Aditya bought twice as many pencils and 10 less sharpeners. Cost of one sharpener is rupees 2 more than the cost of pencil. What is the minimum possible number? We know minimum possible number of pencils, round 2. फुर्सत में देखेंगे. I can't think of a shortcut or a jugaad method for this, so I will leave the question. We'll come back to this later if we have time. Fx is equal to x square plus ax plus b. Gx is this. Okay. What is the smallest possible value of b? Round 2. Why round 2? हो जाएगा ये. Unlike the previous one, which is going to be calculation tendency, this also have calculation but somewhat similar. This is going to be more of tedious work. What is fx plus 1? Put x plus 1 out here to get fx plus 1. Instead of x, put x minus 1 to get fx minus 1. What is gx? Is this. So find these two. And what is g? We are given g20. Okay. Then you can do it. Okay. So what you could also do is, if you want to save time, is find g20 directly. What is g20? It is equal to f of 21 minus f of 19. So what is f of 21? 21 square, 441 plus 21 a plus b. And f of 19? Okay, so I'll quickly write down 441 plus 21a plus b. f19 is 19 square is 361. Okay, and minus 19a and minus b. Okay, this is equal to 72. We are given in the question g20 72. A निकल जाएगा, A निकल जाएगा, B भी निकल जाएगा. Okay, so my point is, this is a tedious question. I'm not saying this cannot be done. This is not a question I want to do initially, because to me this is the process I will have to go through, and I'll have to do everything. No shortcut available, so I don't want to take a chance, and I'll come back and do it at a later stage. Okay, x, y, z are non-negative integers such that x plus 9 is equal to z, y plus 1 is z, and yx plus y is less than z plus 5. Find the maximum possible value of 2x plus y. Now, इसमें और पिछले सवाल में क्या फर्क है? Quadratic, large amount of work, simple equation, so the amount of work will be also lower. This is a question we can do, no jugaad. This is a regular method which I am giving you. I'm sure you know it also, many of you, but to me it is a no jugaad question as such. Okay, so we know x plus 9 is equal to z, and we know y plus 1 is equal to z. We know x plus y is less than z plus 5. Find the maximum possible value of 2x plus y. चलो देखते हैं. So x plus 9 is z. So instead of x I can write z minus 9, and instead of y I can write z minus 1. Has to be less than z plus 5. So z has to be less than 15. Now we say x, y are non-negative integers, etc., etc. That means z is also an integer. That means z can be 14. The maximum possible value of 2x plus y, to get the maximum possible value of 2x plus y, I need the maximum possible value of z. So the maximum possible value of z will be 14. Okay. That means x will be equal to, x is nothing but z minus 9. So x will be equal to 5. And y is nothing but z minus 1, y equal to 13. So what is 2x plus y equal to? 10 plus 13, 23. No jugaad, standard method, simple equation. Now this is what I mean by saying, when you look at the question, you should be able to estimate कि time कितना लगेगा. I am repeating this thing, but ये देख के पता चलता है time लगेगा. There is a quadratic x plus 1, x minus 1. Even by putting 20, instead of putting x plus 1 and x minus 1, by putting directly 21 and 19, we have saved time. Nevertheless, it is going to be, it is going to take me a bit of time. Okay? Okay. Oof, long story. Students in a college have to choose at least 2 subjects from chemistry, maths and physics. Number of students choosing all 3 subjects is 18. Choosing mathematics as one of the subjects is 23. Choosing physics as one of the subjects is 25. Smallest possible of number of students who could choose chemistry as one of the subjects is how many? Okay. Diagram, Venn diagram ना मैं तो चित्रकारी करके ही करूँगा. Okay. Let's look at this. So what do we have? The three subjects are chemistry, maths and physics. Chemistry, maths and physics. Right? A student has to choose at least two subjects. That means only chemistry, only maths, only physics has to be 0. Okay? The number of students choosing all three subjects is 18. Okay? Choosing mathematics as one of the subjects is 23. So if mathematics is 23, so if I say this is A and this is B, does it not mean A plus B should be equal to 5? Because 18 are already present. Okay. Choosing physics as one of the subjects is 25. That means physics has to be 25. That means B plus C will be 7. Okay. So the smallest possible number of students who could choose chemistry as their subjects. What are we looking for? 18 plus A plus C. So A plus C की minimum value चाहिए ना, cases बना के check कर लो ना, क्यों time बर्बाद करना equations के साथ. Okay, for example, A plus B is 5. What is the smallest thing we can do? I want smallest possible number of students. So I will start by keeping A and C as small as possible. If I have to keep A small, B will be bigger. If B is bigger, C will be small. So both these are small means B is bigger. So the smallest possible value of A is 0. If A is 0, B will be 5. C will be 2. Right? So what are we looking for? We are looking for chemistry. What is chemistry? We are looking for 18 plus A plus B. In this case, what are we getting? 18 plus 2, 20. Two choices gone. We are left with these two choices. Next case, इसको जो है 1 कर देते हैं. If this is 1, this will become 4 and this will become 3. So what will the A plus C become? 1 plus 3, 4. So now in this case, what will happen? 18 plus A plus C will become 22. If A is increasing, the total is increasing. So ये तो answer नहीं हो सकता ना. So the smallest value I have got. Because I started with A equal to 0. So smallest से शुरू किया, cases बना के check किया and got the answer. Okay. अरे वाह. Another of my favorite question types. I am sure you know what I am going to do. Take A equal to B equal to 10 or some similar number. Value of log of base A of A by B plus log of B by for A greater than 1 and A is less than equal to B cannot be equal to. Which of these is not an answer? वैसे एक चीज बताऊं? Answer will be either this or this. Which of these is not an answer? Log का सवाल है. Yeah, if there are two negatives, most probably they are possible. Which means either the positive is not an answer or 0 is not an answer. Okay? The default is going to be जो odd item है ना उसी में से answer मिल जाएगा. The odd item, the not so regular item, which is 1 or 0. Okay? And I will go a step further and say this is log. So answers will always be 0 this side or 0 this side. Most probably answer will be this. But let's verify. Let's verify. Okay? So let's start by saying A equal to 10, B equal to 10. What does this become? This becomes log of base 10 of 10 to power 0. A by B is 10 by 10, 1 plus log of 10 of 10 to power 0, which is 0. So when A is 10, B is 10, 0 is possible. So this cannot be the answer. अब तो पक्का यही आंसर होगा. चेक कर लेते हैं एक और बार. चलो कोई बात नहीं. A equal to 10, B equal to 100. If A is 10, B is 100, what do we get? Log of base 10 of 10 by 100 is 10 to power minus 1 plus log of B is 100. B by A. B by A is 100 by 10, which is 10. Right? So what is this? Minus 1, and this is 100 to power half minus 1 by 2. This is also telling me something. As I have increased the value of B, the value of the expression has reduced. So now if I make A equal to 10 and B equal to 1000, मेरी वैल्यू तो और गिरनी चाहिए है, और गिरेगी दैट मींस आई हैव अ बिगर नेगेटिव, सो ये तो नहीं आंसर होगा, यही होगा आंसर। एक बार फिर भी वेरीफाई कर लेते हैं। ओके, लेट्स लुक एट द थर्ड केस आल्सो। ओके, दो ideally I'm saying whatever we are doing is a complete waste of time from a paper perspective. I'm doing it so that you understand the process. Out here, when I look at the choices, was very clear, answer cannot be 2 or 3. It is either 4 or 1, most probably 1. But when we found 0 is possible, then the answer had to be definitely 1, and that is why we could have marked the answer and moved on to the next question. But let's look at the last case. Log of base of 10, b is 1000 upon 10, so 10 square. b upon a, so 10 to the minus 2, sorry. A upon b will be 10 upon 1000 or 1 by 100 or 10 to the minus 2. So this is obviously minus 2. Plus log of base b is 1000 and b upon a is 1000 upon 10, 100. Okay. This is 10 square, this is 10 cube. So this should be plus 2 by 3, which is minus 4 by 3 or minus 1.33. तो भैया इन दो के बीच में कहीं पे minus 1 भी तो आएगा. This is a continuous graph, so there has to be a minus 1. This cannot be the answer. Okay. We did the entire process, but for future you should remember that when you look at such questions, you should be able to say, यार ये दो तो वैसे ही नहीं हो सकते. Answer either this or this, most probably this, because it's a continuous graph. It is not going to break at 0. Okay. Another long story. John takes twice as much time as Jack to finish a job. Jack and Jim together take 1/3 of the time to finish the job as John takes working alone. Moreover, in order to finish the job, John takes 3 days more than taken by 3 of them working together. In how many days will Jim finish the job working alone? बहुत लंबी कहानी है. We'll first write down the equation, understand, and then start solving it. And don't hesitate in reading the question again if required. Okay. Okay. Now this is a question of time and work, and which is an area which I'm comfortable, so I want to do it. Okay. Okay. John. Then we have Jack, and the third person is Jim. Okay. Jack and Jim together take 1/3 of the time to finish the job. Then John takes working alone. So let me say Jack and Jim finish the work in 2x days. So John will finish it in 6x days. Jack and Jim take 1/3 of the time, right? Okay. And John, just a minute. Okay, John takes twice as much time as Jack. So if John has taken 6x days, he will take 3x days. तो बता सकते हो ये क्या होगा? Okay, forget about x for a minute. If these two people can finish the work in 2 days, he does it in 3 days, what will this be? If he's working in 2 days, that means in 1 day he'll do 50% of the work. If he finishes the work in 3 days, 1 day he'll do 33.33% of the work. That means balance 16.66% of the work will be done by Jim. That means he'll do the work in 6 days. Okay, so I hope this is clear. So Jim will do the work in 6x days. John और Jim भाई भाई हैं. Okay. Okay. So this is 2x days, right? Now, in how many days will they finish the work together? Again, if these two finish the work in 2 days, that means they'll do 50% of the work together in 1 day. John does the work in 6x days. That means he does the work on 1 day, he will do 16.66%. So 66.66% of the work will be finished in 1 day. To complete the work, they will take 1.5 days, so this should be 1.5x. Okay. I prefer working in percentage terms because that is faster, right? So all 3 of them together can finish the work in 1.5x days. What does the question say? John takes 3 days more. John takes 3 days more. So 6x days is what John takes. Than taken by 3 of them working together. 3 of them working together is 1.5x days. This is equal to 3. John takes 3 days more than the time taken by 3 of them working together. So 4.5x is equal to 3 or x is equal to 2 by 3. Okay. In how many days will Jim finish the work working alone? He'll finish the work in 6 into 2 by 3, which is equal to 4 days. Okay. Simple question, but you work in terms of percentages, your speed goes up significantly. Okay. Last question. ये तो बहुत अच्छे सवाल होते हैं. X की value डालेंगे, we'll just substitute x and go on. Okay, I forgot to write. This is my jugaad, work with percentages rather than time amount of work. Substitute. We want the maximum possible value. If x is equal to 0, what will this become? 0. Right? If x is equal to 1, what do I get? 1 upon under root 2. What is 1 upon under root 2? 1 upon 1.4, which is approximately 0.7. What does that mean? This is a wrong choice. This is a wrong choice. Answer will be either 1 upon under root 2 or 1. But ये 1 हो सकता है कभी क्या? सोचो. Just look at the figure. Look at the expression, sorry. Okay? Not clear? Let's take another value of x. What do you get? 2 upon 16 plus 117 under root 17. Can I say this is going to be less than 2 by under root 16? Why under root 16? Under root 16 is 4, which is equal to half. So this is going to be less than half. So as you will keep increasing the value of x from 0, forget about 0, from 1 to 2, as you increase the value of expression has come down. If you make it bigger, the expression will become even bigger. Okay, so the answer cannot be. Okay. So I hope this helps you understand what you're supposed to do in the paper. Okay. Now, before I close the session, okay, इससे काम करते ना पीछे जाते हैं. I think that was an important. Let me just pick up those. Yes, I want to go to this one. Okay. Now, please look at this what we have done out here, and we are looking at CAT 2020. What are the questions we have done? I'll first put the jugaad ones here and the rest out here. Okay. 52, 53, 54 were jugaad. No, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 5. 6 was not the jugaad. 7, 8 were again jugaads. 7, 8, 10, 12. 10, 12. 13 comes here. 14 comes here. Okay. 15 comes here. Okay. 16 also comes here. 18 comes here. 19 goes on top again. Okay. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. How many jugaad solutions do we have? Okay. How many jugaad questions do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are 14 questions out here. And then there were some of those simple questions. 3, 3, 6. 14, if you do only the jugaad questions, 14, 3 are 42. You would have been 98 percentile. Okay. And एक दो इधर से कर लेते तो भैया 99 point के ऊपर चले जाते. Now this is what I want you to understand. Please understand the advantage of these jugaad questions also is that you are able to do the question very fast and which gives you sufficient time to do the other questions as well. Okay. So it is important for you to look at this aspect and understand that your job is to pick up the right questions to attempt and attempt in the right manner. Okay. And last, yes, before I close, do I have to say? पसंद आया तो पक्का करोगे यार. I know you'll come back and go through these videos again. I will come back to you with this for slot 1 as well as slot 3 questions also. I started with slot 2 because ये मेरा पेपर था तो मैं कहा अपना पेपर पहले करूंगा. Okay, so that's it from my side. All the best. Like, subscribe सब कर लेना यार. We'll meet again.